My co-host Cleo Bardashian hails from New York City, bred and loved the Brooklyn way. Not only is she a mother of two adorable angels, she's also a model and all-round artist. But she says photography is her weapon of choice, stating, I see my work allowing me to serve my community and make a difference in the world for us and for the future of our children.
And my co-host, LinaCreated, can best be described as equal parts classy and ratchet. With a foot on each side of the Atlantic, she brings to the table a unique British-American perspective and a dynamic vision of the future. She's a passionate artist who chooses to focus on the definitive truth of her subject. Her art, business savvy, and commitment to the culture makes for a concoction of beauty and brains that will no doubt feed a true leader's leader. All right, now that's said, Angelina, tell us about your week. What's going on with you?
Well, as you know, you're a mom too. We have this holiday break, which is great because, you know, we're going to have we had Christmas and New Year's is coming up, but the downside of that is school is out, so we were jammed up, no child care, or at least for me anyway. There was no school, no after school, so I had to actually bring my kids to work with me. So that was interesting, to say the least, stressful, and I'm looking forward to school starting again so I could get a freaking break.
Was it harder with her there?
Yeah, it's harder to work, you know, because I mean, I have the privilege, which I'm glad for, that, you know, at my job I can actually bring my kid to work with me, but it's hard to work with a kid, you know what I mean? Especially a 5-year-old. You have to take them to the bathroom all the time. You can't just send them to the bathroom like you do.
Yeah, no.
That's pretty much all the notability, you know. That's pretty much it. How was your week?
Pretty simple. Came back from a lot of traveling down south. Was way warmer than up here. Coming back, I just got reminded how cold winter could be, but still had to run around handle business. I did that. Busy with the kids. That's about it. Pretty simple. A lot of photo shoots, artwork, new shirts, and that's about it. But you know what? Let's get to something warm. Let's get into today's topic.
Okay, well, today's topic is all about the Insta-Matrix, this world that we live in on the internet, and social media, and all the things around it.
It seems like we come to a point where you can talk to someone, actually have a conversation, go out to eat. But now we live in a cyber kingdom where everyone has their own social status. They can present anything they want to the world, or they can use it for business structure or for family, for learning, any type of benefit, or to watch weird stuff like snuff videos.
Right. And you have your own little home, whether you have Instagram or you have Twitter, or you have Facebook, your own little domain that you can have your specific people that you allow into it. You know, it's cool. But it's important that people don't take it too extreme. So we're going to be discussing that today. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
I would also like to subtitle the show Brain versus Bot.
Brain versus Bot, done.
DopeDilla wrote bigger than your nigga, you gon' feel it when I hit you with the 1, 2. DopeDilla wrote bigger than your nigga, you gon' feel it when I hit you with the DopeDilla wrote feel it when I hit you with the.
So we're talking about social media coins, right?
Right.
And so the whole point is that online, people are not just surfing and checking out people's pictures and, you know, stalking people. That's not the whole purpose of the internet and the whole purpose of social media, although some people do use it for those purposes. People are also making money online, which I actually noticed that people were making money since the MySpace days.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the you remember on MySpace they used to have a little section that was like the bulletin.
Yeah.
Remember? So yeah, that's where people were making their money, and like in the inboxes.
Huh.
All kinds of businesses You know what? The biggest business right now, I think, on social media is like the hair, selling hair.
Who
Oh
you
my God.
telling? I was actually gonna open a hair business because these girls are saying you don't really need any money to start at that. And that's the way I can just sit around and make money.
Right, but the thing is that it's not that great now because it's so oversaturated. Like everybody is doing it. Everybody.
Yeah, I figured that there's too many people,
So
but
much
I
people.
think it's about how you set it up.
Right, but I think some people. I think the best way to make money now with hair is like to sell for an existing seller. If you know
Yeah,
what I mean. Like be an ambassador almost.
yeah.
That'd probably be the best way to sell hair online.
Oh, so
Because
Ange, I gotta ask you a question. So I'm a mom. I don't really keep up with a lot of stuff. Talk to me about what Bitcoin is.
okay, so
And I'm
like
pretty sure some people don't know what the hell that is either.
Alright, so I don't know a whole bunch about Bitcoin, but this is what I gather about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a digital currency that has recently emerged over the last couple of years, or the last few years. I would have to find out the date. I don't know the date of when it started, but basically, people purchase digital currency online using a platform called Coinbase.
Uh-huh.
Bitcoin is basically the overall umbrella currency that you have to use to buy the other types of coins that are out there. There are hundreds of them, apparently, and they're all based on different concepts. It's almost like the market, when you make investments, stock
Right.
market, almost like
Yeah.
that, because each coin is based on different businesses, different ideologies. Like the Litecoin is based on the speed of internet. Like it's like an investment in speeding up the internet and
Right.
speeding up the processes that happen online. And then there's Monero that I know of, which Monero is like a covert type of coin where you can purchase things and it's
Right.
not recorded in a ledger, because Bitcoin is a very transparent currency that you can actually go back and see anybody's transactions as to what they're buying, what they're investing in, that type of thing, using Bitcoin and Litecoin. I think, I'm not sure absolutely whether they have a ledger that is available to everyone, but I know that Bitcoin definitely does. And Monero, its whole point is to be a covert coin that doesn't have that kind of like transparency where you can see, all the transactions. Yeah, and then there's another part of the process is like the back end of Bitcoin is something called blockchain. And blockchain, like it's the process that they use to actually basically connect all the pieces of data.
Right.
So like you have like a list of all the transactions that happened on the 27th.
Oh, yeah, it's a distributed, they call that a distributed ledger.
Okay. Yeah. I never heard, but that's
recorded. It's right for the public.
Right.
I'm looking at it right now. You're absolutely right. Everything you're saying.
Exactly. So what happens is they have like these people, like individuals like me or you, who work and do that work of actually doing all the documentation of what transactions that happens for that whole day, and you complete all the transactions, you collect all of that information, and you put that into a ledger, and then you basically lock it down into the 27th of October. And once you have the next day of the 29th of 28th of October, and you're doing all the ledgers, and you put those together, you lock that down, you actually connect that ledger to the previous ledger. So you'll do that throughout time, and that becomes a chain of documents that can be reactive and reconnected with and opened up and see what's in there. So that's called blockchain, and that's what I understand. That's my basic understanding of it. Is obviously much more details of that I don't know about, but that's basically the idea. And it's an interesting idea, because everything is becoming more and more digital. You got all these technologies that are going to be coming out in the next few years, like the virtual reality and all the other stuff. And then not, everyone's doing business online. A lot of people doing business online, so it's a useful tool. And I'm excited to see where it's going to go, and invested in that and how that goes. A lot of people are experiencing a growth because people that invested in Bitcoin early, when Bitcoin was worth a lot less, they experienced like an inflation where is it deflation? I'm not sure, where the currency actually is worth much more now than it was at the time when they invested in it. So their $100 that they invested in is now worth like $100,000 because the more people start investing in it, more people start like when you invest in something that's worth so little, and then you go on a platform like YouTube or somewhere else and you start talking about it, right? And people start investing in it like after you. The worth of your coin goes up as the availability of the coins go down. Right. And that's basically it. That there's a finite amount of Bitcoin that are available, like 35,000. I don't know.
They were actually showing pictures of actual coins, but
they're on it. Oh my goodness. Speaking of which, did you ever hear about that guy that sold Chuck E. Cheese coins as Bitcoin?
He did.
Apparently, he made $1 million.
Wait, he's selling Chuck E. Cheese coins?
Yeah, he was selling them to people and telling them that it was Bitcoin. This is what I heard. And he made $1 million. I don't understand how you could take a Chuck E. Cheese coin.
Maybe he's a welder or some shit, and he was able to melt the coin and stamp a new face on it. I don't know. That's stupid.
It sounds dumb, but that's basically what they said. So that's Bitcoin. It's really a young thing. We don't really know where it's gonna go, but more and more people is becoming more and more mainstream because apparently all in Europe, if you go to Europe, you can buy anything you want. You can buy a lot of things in Europe with the Bitcoin. Where America.
So basically, our world is starting to become less and less tangible in a sense. As far as
it's becoming more and more like a real universe online. Where you can basically do a lot of things, and even in my line of work in car business, they're talking about selling cars almost completely online.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to.
Be a point, and I think there's going to be a point where we're all going to be plugged up, just like in the movie The Matrix.
Yeah, that's nuts. You know what? But it's already happening. Because if you think about it, like when we go on YouTube and you were just saying it just now that you wanted to learn how to edit video online.
Right. On YouTube. All I gotta do is go to YouTube. You can learn anything for free online.
Right, exactly. You see, you're just uploading the information into your brain, and then you can use it. Like even my little stepdaughter, she was like talking about how she went on YouTube to find out how to skip rope. She's like, I looked up the video like how to. She was talking to my daughter. She was like, I learned how to skip rope on YouTube. Just I hope I can remember how to do it. I'm like, wow, like this is the world. This is the one. It also alarmed me. We have to take them out more and let them go and skip rope in real life. Because it's crazy.
What are you doing for New Year's?
I don't know. Though in my life, I'll be in front of the TV.
Yeah, that's what I was planning. I just wanted to get some fake champagne or whatever and just cuddle up with the babies.
I want some real champagne.
I love laying in the bed with them. They're so cozy.
So what do you think about like how people use social media? Like, are they oversharing? Should people be?
It's become a way of life. It's become a place where a lot of people feel when they want to let some dirt off their shoulder, anything they could say it. It's like it's kind of a best friend for a lot of people that don't have anyone to tell something right away. They might as well just upload a video how they're talking about. And then you have other people in the world that are just using it to strictly make money and build their brand of themselves, which is like what we're trying to do.
Right.
And there's people that are taking advantage of it and just passing too much information. Our world is actually becoming online and less in person, because I don't know when's the last, I don't really hang out with people much in general, but it just seems like online is the place where it happens most.
Well,
I'm telling you, we're going to have chips or something in our neck, and they're going to put a big fat cord back there, and you're not going to need to eat anymore.
That's crazy. That's too much.
Think about it.
No, you will need to eat, because like in the Matrix, you had to eat if you were outside. If you were out the Matrix and you would plug it in, you still would have to like unplug and do everything you have to do. I think that's probably gonna be closer to the truth as to what we're gonna be.
Yeah, but they could just hook up cords and put Ensure through the cords and feed everybody.
That's extreme. There's some people that are addicted to the internet that much that they require that kind of connection. It's crazy. There's a show called Black Mirror. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't. It sounds interesting.
Well, it's crazy. It actually does like these horror stories, almost like these horror stories that are based on the technologies that are going to be coming out in the near future.
No, don't scare me with that.
It's crazy. It's really, really interesting, because it's like stuff that could literally happen. But there is actually an episode of Black Mirror where the whole world is social media, right? So
what?
Basically everyone in the world has an account with like the same social media platform, which is like it's just the way that the world is, and the way that you get promoted in the world, the way that you get all your opportunities and your social standing is all based on what other people are rating you, like your stars. Like if you have 5 stars versus 3 stars or 2 stars, it affects everything as to how much, like what kind of apartment you can afford, what kind of food you can buy, that type of thing. And that's an episode of Black Mirror, and you see the main character trying to elevate her standing so that she can grow her life, So then that just kind of brings to mind to me like the concept of keeping your life private versus sharing, and what is the line where you're oversharing now? What would you think? What do you say is like the line where you're now oversharing? Because it seems like people don't really know the difference.
I hate when people post naked pictures or like sex videos and stuff. I'm like, that's really unnecessary.
That's too much.
And they'll be like, oh, well, this is what we could be doing right now, or mood right now. And then it's showing someone sucking dick. I'm like, this is too much.
Oh, like little pictures on Instagram?
Yeah, or videos.
So my thing is this, right? Oversharing, in my opinion, is like when you're telling your business. You're telling exactly what's happening right now, and it's something dramatic, and it's involving people that will see the posts and then comment and get upset, and you know what I mean? Like really, really information that is like really, really personal. I think that's oversharing. I think it's totally oversharing.
My grandma's dead. Look at her casket.
Oh yeah. I mean, my grandma's dead is okay, but like not. My grandma is a bitch, and I hate her, and she did this and that, and she's the worst in the family, and everybody knows it. That's not anybody's business.
Yeah.
Family drama, relationship drama, friendship drama. That shit should stay off of social media. First of all, no one cares. People are just watching and trying to have something to talk about and think about. Nobody cares. Not the way you want them to care anyway.
Yeah, that's what I think is too much, especially when people put up too much information. I'm like, Ugh. But when they put up like sex videos and stuff, that's really it for me. I gotta stay with that. That's really like there's no reason for me to see that. Or people put
Well,
up
I think
videos of someone eating ass or them doing it. I'm like,
yeah, definitely. Um, so would you say that people follow more than they lead, and it's because of social media? Would you say it's because of social media, or is that just how the world is?
well, I mean that's how the world is by default. But when it comes to social media, those who already have a big ego versus people that are just on there and trying to find something to do. Um, I don't know. I really don't know because I can't even tell. When I go on there, I just really mind my business. But I think there's probably more people following, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna mirror the world.
Yeah,
People are going to follow more than they lead because just generally in the world there are more leaders than there are followers, and that's just how it has to be. Because
right.
imagine everyone was a leader, everyone will be trying to go their own way, and no one will want to go that way. So nothing will get built. There has
Right.
to be leading and following. But I feel like too, in order to be a really good leader, you have to know how to follow, and you need to know who to follow.
Yeah,
Because to
you
be able to
do.
collect information yourself to be able to lead your following the right way.
Right. That's why with
Yeah.
certain people, certain leaders, when they try to do it alone, it's like, right, it's not working. Let's try something else. And you're
Yeah.
still doing the same shit.
You
You
can't
know what I'm saying?
yeah. You can't lead from the back either. So it has to be a balanced act where you're collecting information from people that know better than you, and then you're now making that information make sense to the people that follow you, if you know what I mean. You're trying
Yeah,
to piece it together and add your own 2 cents to it to make it unique and from your perspective, so that the other people that understand things from your same perspective will be able to understand. Which is why you'll have a bunch of people teaching the same thing, but because it's the different person or the different perspective or the way that they teach or the way that they talk or the way that they present the information, and that's what makes it palatable for you versus what would be palatable for your grandma. You get what I'm saying? Just
right,
based on how
right, right,
they
right.
how they communicate. So I say yeah.
Exactly.
I say yeah. There's more followers than there are leaders, but I think it's for a reason. All right, and yeah, I think it's for a good reason. All right. So that concludes today's episode. I hope everybody who is listening enjoyed what we had to say about this topic of the Insta-Matrix that we're in, this thing that we're addicted to and love to get that little shot of dopamine when anyone likes or comments on our posts. We all love it, whether you say you do or you don't. It's true.
And don't go
All right,
looking
Cleo,
for
you
it.
got any last words for the people?
Uh, Try to stay the hell out the Insta-Matrix. If you're not doing anything positive there, if you're not there, just to at least stay in contact with loved ones and share information, positive information. You're on there just being negative and just slopping up everyone's day and putting up sex videos of people getting their ass eaten. Get the hell off. Other than that, we're all good. I'm Cleo Badashian.
And I'm LinaCreated. This
Later.
has been DopeDilla Radio. Good night.
Night.